Hello you beautiful people, welcome back to the LOCK PWC video. Guys, today we are going to be talking about the future of PWC, and specifically around banners that you should and should not be pulling for. So, if you do not want future banner spoilers, and you don't want to see, I guess, what's coming in the future, I recommend turning this video off now. I mean, go hit like, and, I don't know, subscribe if you haven't, and then go switch the video off. But for those of you who do want a bit of an idea of what's to come, and I guess an idea of what to then do moving forward, stick around and let's have a chat. This is going to be a very different video to what I'm used to. We're going to be talking about the future characters and what's going to be coming out, and I guess the mindset that I've been going through, and those around me have been going through, and then how you can learn from it. So now that the movie characters are out, we've got the Nagi and we've got the, well, we're gonna get the Rayo soon. How does that change the way we pull moving forward? So in front of you I have the JP server's release schedule. So as you can see, we have just received Aryu, and the next character we will be getting is Bachira. I feel like this is widely covered. Should you pull for Bachira? Should you pull for Tokimitsu? How about Honda, Baro, or Kunigami? So from where I sit, my mental plan was to pull for Baro and Kunigami, because they are very heavy on the kick. I was going to, of course, go for Honda. And then moving up, I was going to get this Nagi over here, maybe think about the low-key. But, you know, Pablo was like a must-grab, right? These were things that I was considering. Now that we've had the release of arguably the second best kick support in all of JP, right? Because that's what this Nagi is. And when he's buffed, he's going to be future-proof. He's going to be, you know, the best kick support probably for the next year and a half for us in Global. It changes the way I want to train and the way I want to grab characters. So for me, right now, getting this Bachira is not important. Even as a whale, I do not think I'll be maxing this Bachira. It's just how it is, because I know Rayo is around the corner within a day or two. Well, not a day or two, but like a week or two at least, right? Or at least within 2 weeks, I think Rayo will be coming out, which tells me that I need to be saving my gems. I need to not be getting this Bachira. It also means Tokimitsu is definitely a skip now, so I'll be skipping both of these units. Scrolling up, the Honda event should be a free-to-play event in the sense that you can still pull for him, but if I'm not wrong, you could get it for free at level 50. So I'll probably grab him at that point, but I won't pull for him. And then it comes along Baro and Kunigami, and these are all like a month and a half away, but do I go for Baro or Kunigami? And I don't know if I go for Baro anymore. I have the best kick support right now available to us in Nagi. Do I really need Baro? Kunigami's an interesting one. I think maybe I do go for him, but I'm like 50-50 with Kunigami at the moment. I think I don't pull until Kunigami though. Personally, I really want to pull Loki, so I am going to probably pull Loki, and I think he's a phenomenal speed support. Given that we're going to get Rayo, who is also speed, I think Loki's going to be awesome. This Nagi is just an insta-skip now. There is no use for this Nagi whatsoever, so when this rolls around, I expect no one to even spin for this guy. There's no need for it, because you're going to have the new Nagi, and that's going to be better and more future-proof. And then the same applies for this Rayo. We're going to get the movie Rayo. What's the point of this Rayo? We're never going to use it. What they've done is they've actually screwed over all Nagi and Rayos moving forward. So as we scroll up, we're going to see Nagi and Rayo here. And as we scroll up a little bit more, you're going to see Nagi and Rayo here. All of them are useless now. Because they've given us these two. Or will be giving us this one. Just to give you a little insight into what this Rayo is going to look like, by the way. So this is the JP stats for this Rayo. Okay. Now, I can assume that this lecture bonus here will probably go down to 35. Maybe if we're lucky, we might get a 70, given that the current Rayo is on 70. In which case, this Rayo is going to be even more broken than Nagi, and it's going to be like the best unit in the game at the moment, if they do make this a 70 bonus card, because the rest of his stats are fantastic. It's going to be a very interesting release. But it's going to also mean that I'm going to want to focus more on the speed side. So I'm going to be prioritizing units moving forward that have kicking and speed, because I've got Nagi and I want to prioritize this. So looking forward, Kunigami does sort of fit that bill. Loki will fit that bill because, again, it's a speed unit and a very good one. Now, Pablo is just a must grab. I think he's just too good as a technical unit, and for the longevity of the game, I think he's a great unit to pull. Shido is interesting because depending on my mood, I may or may not pull for him. He is very good. I'll probably skip all this. Adam Blake's an interesting one because he's probably worth pulling. Gaga's decent. Rin's pretty good. So, and Luna. So I think the next units that I'm going really hard on is going to be the Luna. It's going to be the Pablo. And probably Loki. They're probably, like, the World 5 is really, I think, where I'm going for. With the exception of Dada Silva, I don't really care too much for him. And then I'll probably go for the new Isagi V3. Oh, and Christmas Chigiri. I think Christmas Chigiri is going to be really, really good. But that's just it, right? Like, and then moving forward, like, the only budget I think I'm going to go for is budget X. I think he's too good. And then as we go up, you've got more and more units. But it's... I think releasing characters outside of their designated release schedule really messes things up because we now have 2 Nagis and Rayos that we do not need to be grabbing. Now, this also, by the way, this is also another thing. With the movie came 3 support cards, actually, in JP. Now, there is a very, very, very good chance that we're going to be getting those same support cards. For those of you who don't know, I'm just going to scroll up. This is going to be a little messy. This is the messy part of the video. Bear with me. So, it was easy to imagine. I'll take you to an interesting life and give me your talent were the 3 support cards that came out with the event. Now, you guys are going to say, well, are they good? All 3 of them was one of the, like, with the exception of the free-to-play one, which I will show you. I think, if we just do it that way. So that was the free-to-play card, in the sense that this, you just get this for free. There's going to be a bunch of missions that are going to drop at some point, assuming they follow what JP did. This will drop at some point, and the card is decent. I mean, if they don't nerf this card, and this card comes out as it is in JP, minus maybe the coloured bits here. So if they just give us, I don't know, gold, green, black, right? This card is actually pretty elite. It's got everything you kind of want on it. It's a pretty good card, and it would sit really highly in the current meta. Now, it's awful in JP because it has nowhere near the stats, and it's pretty unusable, but in global, this would fit really well at the moment. Now, with the exception of that, we do have two SSRs that are limited, by the way. So you can only get both of these SSRs, so this and this, only during the Nagi and Rayo movie event. Unlike the characters will be on the permanent roster, so you'll be able to pull them on your banners, but you will not be able to get these cards anymore moving forward. So, if you're a whale or someone that's going to be spending, I do recommend you spend on the limited banners here, picking up the support cards over the characters, because the characters you can get down the line. Both of these support cards are absolutely fantastic. Now, again, we will most likely get the nerfed versions. This Nagi is an amazing kick support card. It's going to trump any kick support card that we have right now in the game. So, coming to the support side, we were getting excited over Battlefield. I don't believe any of us are going to go for Battlefield, knowing that this Nagi card is about to come out, and it's better than Battlefield. Even when they nerf this, because they will nerf this, there's no way we're getting 10% constant kick up, there's no way we're getting 120% bonus. This will be rebuffed within probably the next year, but the nerfed version is probably going to be 35%. We may be lucky and get a 70%, in which case this is utterly broken. 70% will be broken, 35% will be ridiculously usable. You're then going to get practice bonus, you know, you're going to get skill level, you're going to get lecture rate. Well, we will most likely keep the lecture rate. We may be able to keep something like this. Who knows? But the 30% kick bonus on this card is going to be fantastic. If we do get any, like, constant kick up, even if it's just a flat number, like 10, it's still amazing. So, this card is going to be coming out, and so is this, and this is the speed variation of that card. So now you've got one that does ridiculous amounts of lecture rate. I can see this staying at 70% lecture rate, by the way, which is going to be super, super awesome. I can see this going down to 35%. Maybe they take this one to 70, that's 35. That could be just amazing. We'll probably just get a training bonus of like 15% on these. I think there's no way we get 65. And all in all, I think we will get like just crazy speed potentially. So this does a fixed speed bonus of 45 at max level. I doubt we're going to get that. If we do, it'll be at 10. We probably won't even get that passive at all. We'll probably just get something random, like just, I don't know, have 20% speed overall. But these cards are going to be absolutely game changing. And looking at the SSR cards down the line, we were never going to go for Monitor Room. Some of us might have gone for the Bachira card because it is semi-decent, but the Nagi card was the next big one, right? Outside of Battlefield. So we had Battlefield and we had the Nagi card. Again, I don't believe both of those cards, maybe the Nagi card you can make an excuse for, but I don't believe it's needed. I think the new SSRs are just going to be so much more powerful and so much more on sort of curve. I think some of us will probably pick up the Nagi card, but then there's a good chance we're going to skip a lot of these moving forward. Like, we don't really need too many of these. And this is where it gets interesting. Because we have such good cards right now, for the next 2-3 months maybe, we're not going to pull anywhere near as hard as we are. PWC have effectively shot themselves in the foot by releasing characters. Sure, over a 2-month period, we're going to be getting these Nagi cards, or the episode Nagi events. But unless they ridiculously speed up the banners aren't going to be worth the cards that we currently have in the game. So we are in for a treat. Guys, if you're going to spend any money on gems, if you're going to be saving your gems to spend them at any point, make sure it's on the Nagi stuff. But if you want my honest opinion, try and do it as late as possible in the event. I know it's really tempting, and I know someone like me who's gone and maxed Nagi immediately on day one. Remember, I'm a content creator, I do it for fun. But you guys should be a lot more sort of calculated with the way you do it, and think about what you really want out of this. These support cards are going to be limited. You got one shot at this. So wait for these cool banners to come out. We did get a really nice banner, and we're going to get even nicer banners, potentially with better odds as well. Maybe wait for those banners. You might find that instead of 60k, you'll be able to max a card in 50, 40, depending on your luck, because the banners are actually decent. As long as you're willing to wait and take your time with it, you're going to probably save a little bit in the long run as well. Prioritize the support cards and then look at getting the characters. If you get your characters 65, 70, wherever it is, like, that's fine. But if you're going to 102 cards, make sure it's the 2 limited cards that you're not going to have access to moving down the line, because you will regret it otherwise. So I'm using this video as a way to sort of showcase what has happened, what I think you should be doing. At no point am I saying this is the correct way. I'm not saying that, you know, prioritizing this is the only way, and if you don't do this, you're going to fail. It's just, guys, if there is an event like this out, it makes sense to prioritize this, given that it is limited. And I'm trying to guide you guys in the best possible way, because if everyone is strong, this game is going to be more fun. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, give me a massive like and comment. Let me know what you're eating for all I care. But it just lets me know that you guys actually enjoy these sort of full videos. And, you know, down the line, I'll try and do more educational videos like this. Again, it's your call what you do. Personally, I'm going to be maxing the Nagi cards over the new releases. So, yeah, there you go, boys. Thanks. Peace.